Apricot trees. I get this question pretty often times. Will apricots grow in the South, particularly Arkansas, Louisiana, that sort of area? Well, it's kind of a difficult question, but the answer to that is yes. Apricot trees will survive in a southern humid climate generally. Problem is they don't tend to want to bear fruit very much. Apricots don't like our fluctuating hot cold temperatures, and they also don't like the fact that they don't like our long humid summers, but they will generally tolerate them. But as far as producing apricots, it's just difficult to get them to bear. Oftentimes too, they like to bloom too early. Like, it's not uncommon for apricots to bloom in February or March in the South because of it can get in the 60s and 70s in the South. Anyways, so this particular apricot tree, I'm at a buddy of mine's house. This is not mine, but this particular apricot tree is about 7 years old now. This variety here is called Tropic Gold, and it actually has a small crop. Let me get in here so you can see. It actually has a small crop of a few apricots on it. So, you know, I think there's one up there. There's one that fell on the ground. Here it is. And here's a pit of a couple of them that rotted. Yeah, apricots will produce fruit here, and they will live here. But again, you know, not very effectively. Cropping is very sporadic with apricots. But chill hours you generally don't have. They're not very particular about chill hours. That's one nice thing about them. Most of them are mid chill, some of them are low chill. This variety here is a low chill. I think it only requires 400 hours. A lot of people grow varieties like Blenheim, Moorpark, Royal. I have found that Blenheim and Royal don't ever really produce here. Tropic Gold, this is the first crop this one's ever had. Moorpark will produce here okay. And again, when I say here, I'm talking zone 8, 9, and 7 in the southern United States. I mean, I'm articulating that because I get this question a lot. But yeah, you know, apricots too, they also make very beautiful trees. You can see this tree is, it's about 15 feet tall, but it's, you know, it's a pretty tree. It also makes pinkish white flowers in the spring, which are very fragrant and very beautiful. So they are nice trees. Apricots are. If you're not expecting or just particularly looking for fruit, they do make nice trees. One other unfortunate thing about apricot trees is they don't tend to live very long. I would say 10-15 years is about the max. You know, apricot trees really are the shortest lived out of any fruit tree I know. They're not really well adapted to and that's in any climate. They just don't live very long. This one, like I say, is about 7 years old. Probably get a few more years out of it. At the bottom, this disease likes apricots more than it likes peaches and plums. This is canker you're looking at. So we got to cut that out this winter and get this thing going again. But let me get it from a different angle. Sorry, that was my cell phone going off. Anyways, yeah, this thing made about, I think it made about 9 or 10 apricots this year. So, you know, it's pretty good. Pretty good, and they taste delicious. If your apricot tree does make apricots, they do taste good. Like I said, I'm gonna pick one of these, and a couple little worms on it, but this is what they look like. There we go. It's pretty good. Could have let it go a little longer and it'd have been sweeter, but it's not bad. When I eat it right there where it's cracked, it's really good. It tastes very similar to a peach. But anywho, yeah, just want to document that To sum it all up, yes, apricots will live and grow in the south. The fruit set on them is very erratic due to, number one, they tend to break dormancy too early because of our winters fluctuate temperatures, and number two, it's just difficult for them to set fruit down here. If you get a really good winter that's fairly cold all winter long, and when everything breaks dormancy, everything, it doesn't fluctuate back and forth a lot, your apricots will generally tend to do really well here. This is just an example. Again, this variety is Tropic Gold. This was bought from Willis Orchard, which I highly recommend them. So, anyways, thanks for watching.